Hello and welcome back. I am Lord Revonworc. This is XCOM Enemy Within Season 1. And we have some new soldiers. And I'm sure that you are very eager to meet them. So of course we've got our previous troops. And let me introduce Belotus Panicus, who is, of course, Ankhod's, I think it's his brother. Honestly, I don't know. Our former Russian redshirt, who, of course, was already noteworthy, has become a sniper, and hence Belotus being a spy, I figured would work best with the sniper class. Next, we have Alexander. Now, you'll have to forgive the face a little bit. See, in XCOM, they only give you 4 races. White, black, East Asian, and then one generic kind of brown for everyone else. So, you know, it was kind of difficult trying to get a bit of a Nawa look to Alexander here. I don't think it did the best job, but whatever. It's Alexander. And now for the 2 ones whose names have not been released yet, the troublesome twosome, Prusus Isurbarkus and Dobre Dragons. My 2 favorite generals from the Coronians series. Prusus, of course, needs no introduction, unless you never watched the Coronians series. Basically, he is insane, and a very good general, too. But insane is kind of the big thing. He actually offered himself up in sacrifice to the Dark Lord Cthulhu, and I guess Cthulhu probably climbed out of the ocean over in the Western Hemisphere and shat him out. I guess he actually didn't die, they just kind of assumed that he was dead. And then out came all the rest of the Coronians, too. Dobre is a bit less noteworthy, but he was always Prusus's partner. It seemed only fair to group them together. They're even Japanese and Korean. Although actually I just realized it's not necessarily the most conducive pairing to get people to work together. Yeah, and I decided to make Dobre the medic because, number 1, most of his skills were in learning, and he had the cynic trait, which means it probably wasn't for theological reasons, and, you know, there are some other reasons, I can't remember them all, and you probably don't want to hear me talking all this time, so, Also, I just realized I had the fan on full blast. But yes! Prusus and Dobre, Alexander, who I was dying to add in, and Belotus. Now, unfortunately, because of all the people who have taken serious wounds, we're a bit low on skilled troops, and the most skilled ones we have available are all squaddies. Also, something I realized was I said I was going to give these people names when they reached Sergeant. Yeah, I changed my mind. I couldn't wait that long. Anyways, we're not going to have enough skilled troops for a full engagement, which means we're still going to have to bring red shirts. It should be interesting. If we're lucky, it'll take 7 days for the next alien attack to occur. and we can get some of our best soldiers back.
Satellite coverage now available over Russia.
Okay. So we just got Carapace armor, which I'm really glad to have. Like, seriously. But next we need to go for beam weapons. We just don't have enough firepower. That's become very apparent. But the Carapace armor should make a big difference. Unfortunately, it is somewhat pricey. Yeah, we can only build one right now because we don't have enough alloys. So let's build one. Now, another thing that we should probably consider before we do anything is panic levels. Now, obviously, they're starting to get dangerously high. And at the moment, the next time there are alien abductions, we actually stand to lose a lot. Potentially, if things pan out a certain way, we might end up losing up to 3 countries at once.
You tell the men we can't have them bringing back alien body parts as souvenirs. It's a breach of protocol.
Also pretty disgusting. But yeah, the way abduction locations are chosen is, if possible, everyone will be in a different continent, and it's only possible in countries with no satellite in them. Satellites prevent alien abductions. So, in locations with no satellites, it will try to choose 3 different continents if possible.
We're monitoring several contacts at the moment, but we may need to run a diagnostic. This doesn't look like a legitimate target.
Yeah, that's going to happen for a while. So basically, they choose 3 random continents, and since no continent is fully covered by satellites, it could be any continent. Now, the ones that it's the most dangerous for it to appear are in South America, Africa, and Asia because of the high levels of panic. And chances are 1 or more of them will probably be chosen. Well, in fact, it's almost certain that it'll be in one of these continents.
Things are relatively quiet for the moment. Guess we should enjoy it while it lasts.
Because there are 3... So, if we're the most lucky, one of them will be in North America and another will be in Germany. However, that's not particularly likely. Now, here's something that scares me. If it happens in Africa, hands down, we have to respond just because there is so much panic in Africa. Now, that leaves 2 more countries that are of danger of leaving us: Argentina and India. Now, if we get contact over Africa, and then contact over either Argentina or...
I still don't understand why the aliens would be willing to go to all this trouble. What could they be after?
That doesn't match up with the subtitles. So, if we get one in Africa, which is 1 in 5 times... Well, it's a fairly good chance that we get one in Africa. And then if we get one in Argentina or one in India, then we will be at a serious risk of losing a country. Now, let's see how many satellite spots we have left. We'll be able to launch...
The engineering team is doing some tests right now that could be disruptive. I'm going to alert the staff as a precaution.
What kind of tests are we talking about? So, at the moment, we can launch 1 more, and I think we've got one producing. That'll have to go over either India or Argentina. Argentina. Why do I keep mispronouncing that? At the moment, I think Argentina would be a better one. Because if it randomly chooses South America, which has an equal chance of happening as it choosing Asia, there's a 50% chance it'll be in Argentina, but a 25% chance it'll be in India.
Let's just hope we can keep the people in those cities calm. The last thing we need is outright chaos.
Again, that doesn't really match up with the words. So if we get one over Argentina, we'll be able to safely ignore anything that happens in South America for a while. However, that still means that there's a chance that we could get one in Africa.
Keep everyone out of engineering for a while. They're testing some potentially dangerous new equipment down there.
What new equipment? The most recent thing we unlocked is the armor, and oh my god, they're not shooting people, are they? Ah, Jesus. Yeah. So basically, in order to really be safe, we want to get ourselves another satellite. Now, there is one minor issue with that. In order to get a new satellite uplink, we need more power. Luckily, our last alien abduction bagged us enough engineers to build it. And I'll probably want to build it here. Only problem is we don't have enough power. Now, in order to get power, and I'd probably want to build the power down here so we can get adjacency bonus later on in the game from these steam shafts. Steam can be used to get thermoelectric energy. So in order to do this, we're going to need to build an access shaft, which costs $50. We'll need to build a power generator, which is 60, so that's 110 there. Plus another satellite uplink, which is 100, so that's 210. 210 credits we'd have to spend right off the bat. And furthermore, we'd have to buy another satellite, which is $62. So, altogether, the cost of doing that is $272. Which is more than we can afford right now. We would have to wait a whole month to get that. Which potentially means very bad things. Now, let's see, it's April 13th, and April ends on the 30th. We'll get our satellite in 14 days, so we will be able to launch the satellite before the end of the month. Which is good, because countries will only leave the council at the end of the month, and then there's only a chance that they will leave. It's not certain. So, what that means is if we hold out installing a satellite until the last moment,
I don't know what's going on down there. Check with maintenance.
then if it occurs in Argentina or India, we can immediately reduce the panic in whichever one of those countries it occurs, saving it. Now that's assuming we don't get one in Argentina, one in India, and one in Africa. If that happens, we will almost certainly be forced to lose a country. Because if it happens in Africa, we have to respond to Africa. Panic is just too high. If it happens in Egypt or South Africa...
We're not picking up anything new on radar. Haven't gotten any outside reports either.
It wouldn't just cost us the country it occurs in, but also Nigeria because it's so high. So, basically, we won't be able to cover all of our bases until the end of the month. However, I think it's a good idea to get spending now while we can. So let's start building our satellite and the access shaft. And just fucking hope that the next alien and abduction missions don't occur in Africa, Argentina, and India.
Commander, we've got another contact. The signature is a little bigger this time, though.
Okay, new UFO. This one's a bit bigger. Obviously, we're going to scramble. Hopefully, we can shoot this thing down. Normally, you can with,
Bangs out.
with the planes. Later on, though, it will be necessary to acquire better interceptors. So, we've got a UFO crash site. Unfortunately, it hasn't been long enough for us to get back some of our best troops, so we're going to need to make do somewhat. Let's see, Prusus. You're a heavy, so nanofiber vest seems like a reasonable thing to give you. You've got pretty good aim. Dobre's better. Who in the squad has the weakest aim? Just a minute. Actually, I'm going to, give Alexander the scope to, boost his aim. We want to make sure that he hits as many enemies as he can. Now, one of our soldiers, Dobre, should be carrying a medikit because we need to be able to heal our guys. Honestly, we should have 2 people carrying medikits. Okay, someone's going to need to wear the new armor. And whoever it should be whoever I'm going to be sending on point, so probably Prusus here. He'll wear the carapace armor.
This new body armor was developed using what we've learned from the alloys employed in the alien ship. It should prove to be both lighter and stronger than anything we've used in the past.
Giving him the armor, we don't need to give him a nanofiber vest, so let's give him a frag grenade instead. Oh, but I really should be giving people the, nanofiber vests. Just for their own safety. Aroa would have died twice if she weren't wearing hers. Wait, was she wearing one? Actually, I'm not sure now. But the point is, you should be wearing nanofiber vests. Although I should actually send at least one person with one red shirt with a grenade. Because that extra firepower could come in incredibly handy. So, I think it's time to launch the mission.